everyone. Congratulations on the win. Hussam, speak to me. How happy are you, my friend?
Very happy, very happy. Unexpected win. I can't lie to you. I was kind of nervous, scared going into this game. You know, when it comes to Newcastle, we see where they are in the league, what they've been doing, the strongest defense in the league as well. And I'm very happy we won. It's it's a good day, man. It's a good day. Chelsea lost after spending 600 million to Southampton at home. They're asking if Ward-Prowse is the next Juninho now because of Chelsea. So, big up Chelsea. City drew as well. Arsenal won. The red teams are all happy today. I hope they're miserable tomorrow, but, they're happy today, the teams that were red. But anyway, on the game, when it comes to the players, credit to every single one of them. These players have let us down all year long. We've got to be honest. There is no reason where we should be where we are. However, today, great performance from all 11 players, even number 14 who wears the armband that I've criticized 100 times. We've got to give him credit. Big up to you, Steve, as well. Commiserations. He's a Newcastle fan. Commiserations, Steve. It's a happy feeling. It's finally good to watch football again and be happy, man. Today, Cody Gakpo 2-2. The right-hand side created 2 goals for the left-hand side to score. Typical club football right here. Trent Alexander-Arnold. My fucking right back. The king is back. Ladies and gentlemen, the king is back. All your shit right backs can now take the back seat because the king is back. Trent Alexander-Arnold is back, ladies and gentlemen. And he's back with a vengeance because now he's defending well as well. So no one got any reason to criticize the guy. Stopped Saint-Maximin, which caused them problems. Stopped Dwight McNeil, which caused them problems in the past. And he's getting assists. The only bad game he's had, and I'll hold my hands up and say he was bad. The only game he's had that was bad post-World Cup has been Brighton. Brighton, he was bad. 100%.
But the whole team was bad. The whole team was
bad.
Yeah,
100%. But I'm just, I have to say it because Terry now will pull up and go like, Brighton, he was shit. So, I have to say Brighton, he was bad. But the rest of the games, he was he's been honestly one of our best player. Big up to Darwin Núñez as well. And this is what we want from him. I've been someone who was critical of Darwin Núñez. And this is exactly what I need. I need good performances. Last week, I said he didn't score last week. And I said he was our best forward. This week he scored, and again he was our best forward. I want big up, John Baker. I want us to see Darwin Núñez perform. I'm not even talking about GA. Forget GA. Today, if he didn't even score the goal, he still would have been our best forward because he offered us everything we need. Link up play, work rate, getting involved, playing the passes in behind, playing the passes back, keeping the ball, holding the ball. He gave us the stuff that we expect of a Darwin Núñez. And this is kind of a touch of genius from Jurgen because essentially now what's happening is Salah's no longer playing right wing back. Cody Gakpo is playing the quote-unquote Firmino role, and Salah and Núñez are kind of tucked in as 2 strikers in behind. It's kind of a diamond. And finally, last but not least, I'm going to call my kid Stefan. I am absolutely in love with Stefan Bajcetic. I'm going to be Abu Stefan from now. I love this guy. I absolutely love this guy. This guy is so, how is a kid coming in and being our best midfielder? And you know what it is? It's not even tackles and work rate. This guy's playing progressive passes. He's playing long balls. He's getting stuck in. He's fighting mano a mano with the best midfielders in the league. He's actually playing well. And now there's a big monster. And I know you're probably going to ask about it, so I'm going to just address it. There's a big monster coming that wears all white from Spain. And that is the only team in the entire continent that scares me. No other team scares me. Bring me whoever. Bayern, I'd be confident. PSG, whoever you want, I'd be confident. That's the only team that I'm always afraid of. That big team that wears white with 14 Champions Leagues. I hope this time we get a different outcome because we change the way we play, not in terms of personnel, in terms of style. Today, in the first 20 minutes, Jurgen Klopp did something very smart. Give them the ball and play on the counter-attack. It's okay. We understand currently we're not at our strongest. We don't need to do, the whole, crazy football and all of that. We can play like an orchestra. It doesn't have to be heavy metal. It's okay. Take your time. Put Núñez and Salah on halfway line. Give Madrid possession and try hit them on the counter-attack. Carlo Ancelotti triggers my fan base. He's 100% right. There is no need to get triggered. Every time they've played Liverpool, we have done exactly what they've expected us to do, and they have been able to maintain us and win, even though we've outperformed them. But it doesn't matter because they eventually win. So this time we have to change the style, not the
You know what
person.
I want to say on that as well, and this is where I've got to credit Jurgen Klopp, because today was a prime example of you doing that. I do think Newcastle were very disrespectful, and I meant that in the sense of, I think, and Everton were as well. Everton thought, oh, we can just rough them up a little bit like we did Arsenal and it will work.
Terry.
Like, you were at Anfield, but Jurgen Klopp has changed things slightly. He's gone, right, we're not going to go out and be the aggressors. We're going to counter-attack, and it worked. This is where, when your team isn't quite functioning at its brilliant best, managers have to adapt, drop a little bit of ego, and say, well, we'll play it. Like, because I look at your Ten Hag right now. Ten Hag is not playing the football that idealistically he wants to play. He wants to dominate the ball, the possession. I mean, we almost did it at the new camp the other day. That was almost like ideal for him. It's going to take a couple of years for him to build a team that can do exactly what he wants. So he adapts and he adjusts against certain opponents to win the football matches, because in the short term, that's just as important. And I think Jurgen Klopp today got it absolutely spot on. He invited Newcastle on, and Newcastle took the bait and went, all right, then we'll do it, which was mad, but fair play to Klopp.
You know how you said you felt Newcastle were disrespecting us. Don't you think that was inevitable though? Because this was their first. They 100% had one eye on next weekend. It's their first cup final in God knows how long. I don't know the exact figure, but for me, it was inevitable. I always knew. It's still hard. I think we're the only team to beat them this season in the reverse fixture. So they've had I think the best defense in the league as well. But I always knew they were going to drop a few starters. The Wilsons, another big name they left out as well. Wilson and someone else. I can't remember off the top of my head. But when I saw their starting 11, I thought, maybe we could get something. Obviously, as Liverpool fans, Zayn and Hassan will tell you, you're not going to go into any game this season with much real confidence. But I thought it was inevitable. If you add context into it, they weren't going to start their strongest team, because if you was to ask Eddie Howe what's the more important game, this evening's one or next week, he's 100% going to tell you next week.
I don't think it's the personnel. It was the way they approached the game. I think the high line, the way they tried to be aggressive, the kind of resting people for the cup final. Like, I'm an advocate, and I know you all are, because three of you are Liverpool fans. Steve's a Newcastle fan. Winning trophies is the only commodity at the end of the day that matters. Style of football, points totals, records, all great. However, I've got more trophies than you. I'm a bigger club. It's as simple as, that's what it boils down to at the end of the day for fans.
So we're bigger than you?
No.
We got more trophies, brother.
not you know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about in general. Like, the trophies come in, then it's the records and everything else. But I think for me, so I understand the rotation of the team. It was the approach to the game, and they played into Jurgen Klopp's hands today. Went, cool, we'll just sit back and we'll counter, and you did that. And with the speed you've got up front, I would say this now: you've probably got a very fast and pacey front three. You don't have the most overly technically gifted front three. So maybe it's about time a little bit more counter-attack football started, as opposed to trying to play your way through teams, because you don't have the facilities for that anymore. And it's good to see Jurgen Klopp trying to adapt, as opposed to just trying to put square pegs in round holes. And I think that can be a weakness of Klopp at times.
Can I just say one more thing? The key word for me today is momentum, because we've seen this early in the season. We went City and West Ham back-to-back, then we couldn't win our third game. We went, cool, I know it was just before the World Cup, so context needs to be applied, but just after, but I think we went Spurs and Aston Villa and Leicester back-to-back, and we couldn't win our third game. So for me, Real Madrid is a massive game, which I don't think we'll progress, but I do think we win the game at Anfield. I honestly do believe that. I think it will be 2-1 that game. But for me, Crystal Palace next Saturday is key, because I think for the first time this season, ladies and gentlemen, if we can go 3 games in a row, then I'll start believing. But I don't want to fall back into that trap of, we've won 2 games. The City game's a bit different though, because they were flying at the time. We were so poor. Klopp would actually had good tactics that day and actually approached the game different, and we got a result. And we all started to think, maybe Klopp might change something for the foreseeable. He didn't. But I think next week's game against Crystal Palace is so key. If we win that, I'll start believing. But right now, I don't want to get sucked into top 4s back on again, because we've been consistently inconsistent this season.
Yeah, I hear that.
Let me just say one thing before hopping off.
Cool.
Here's the thing now, and I'm gonna say it here in front of the Terrace audience, because this is one of the places where the journey started. If we knock out Real Madrid, I'm booking my flight to Istanbul, I am booking my hotel. No one scares me in Europe except Real Madrid. If we get through that fixture, Crown Plaza settings, Turkey, Istanbul, we're going to Istanbul, baby. It's the Champions League final. I ain't gonna miss it. Turkey's only 2 hours away from Jordan. It's right here. 2-hour flight. I'm gonna go over there, and you know I'm confident. That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't want to jinx it. Because every time I open my mouth, some shit happens. The only negative is Terry's gonna smile next week, because it's gonna be fucking Loris Karius in goal now, thanks to Nick Pope's stupidity. So it's basically like, Terry, you've already won the Carabao Cup. So
Well,
congratulations.
but honestly, on that, like, it gives Man United were already the favourites. No Pope, no Dubravka. It gives us a much better chance. And that everyone knows when it comes to Man United, getting that monkey off the back of the manager, not of that trophy duck. Not that it's his 5-year going on to 6-year ducks, but if he can break that now, it takes so much pressure off of him. So yes, thank you so much, Nick.
You've
Pope.
won that essentially now. So
I hope. But Sam, we'll chat to you again soon, bro. Thanks for coming on, bro. Appreciate it.